What's up, fight fans? Mr. Mustache here. All right, guys, a super exciting bantamweight matchup has just been announced. Rob Font is going to be taking on Song Yadong in I think, UFC 292. I think that's going to be and a really exciting matchup. Rob Font has officially ignited his comeback with his most recent victory over Adrian Yanez, where we had the super rising prospect boxing style of Adrian Yanez, fighting the super veteran of Rob Font coming off of two losses, trying to keep his spot in the rankings. And we really saw him go out there and just show like he was the better boxer, had the more power. He was just the more experienced guy and put Adrian Yanez out 2 minutes, 57 seconds in the first round and just a devastating power and just showed like he was still here. I'm here to stay. Y'all must have forgot moment. That was really nice because in the fight against Marlon Vera, yeah, if you look at the stats in that fight, I mean, he damn near outstruck Cheeto like 2 or 3 to 1. But it was like every shot that Cheeto landed on him was just devastating. Just laid such damage where after the fight, Rob Font looked like a completely different person. And he was just out striking the fuck out of Cheeto early on. But every single time Cheeto landed a shot, he made it count in such a way that even though he got outstruck 2 or 3 to 1, he went out there and won the fight because he went out there and put on the more damage. It would have looked that the numbers were completely opposite. Cheeto looked like he hadn't been touched, where Marlon he literally looked like a different human being. Totally tough fight, showed a lot of heart. And then the fight before that, he lost to Jose Aldo. And really, I mean, honestly, what else is to say there? He lost to Jose Aldo. He got outclassed by one of the greatest bantamweights and featherweights of all time. So no slouch there. Before that, he was riding a really nice 4-fight win streak with wins against Cody Garbrandt, Marlon Moraes, Ricky Simone, and Sergio Pettis. I mean, he's gone out there and fought against former champions and put on solid victories against former champions. Finished Marlon Moraes, devastating punches, right? Rob Font is a solid veteran, super underrated. And this is kind of his time. If he really wants to make another run, this is his time. I think he's 35 years old, 34 years old. He's really got to go out there. And this is kind of his last shot, right? And he can really go out there against a young killer again in Song Yadong, right? Song, yeah, he's coming off of, I think he beat Ricky Simone. But before that, he was coming off of that loss to Corey Sandhagen where he showed a lot of heart, super crazy fight, probably one of the fights of the year. Doctor stoppage. But I mean, his toughness was just a little bit too much for his own good. But he went out there, came back, and had a solid victory against Ricky Simone. Just beat his ass essentially, and earned a right to. We have another boxer versus boxer fight. I mean, that's really how this is going to play out. Who's going to just be the slicker guy? Who's going to have the more power? I think Rob Font really wants to make a statement to really continue to show against these younger guys why he's still there, but I consider like Song Yadong like a slightly better version of Adrian Yanez. So I think this is going to be a similar fight. I just don't know how it's going to go. Rob Font really proved me wrong in that last fight because I thought Adrian Yanez, I really thought he was going to be a really big problem at the bantamweight division. And I think that he still can be. Don't get me wrong. I'm not fully off the Adrian Yanez train. But I don't think I'm ever going to be off the Rob Font train. And Song Yadong, 25 years old, a lot of fights, a lot of experience, 20-7, pretty much the same fights as Rob Font. I think Rob was 26-1. So I think they both have the exact same amount of fights. Same style, both devastating power, slick boxing, phenomenal uppercuts. That's kind of what I see too. I see them getting in the pocket a lot of clinch fighting. But I see both the guys being so tough that I really don't see anybody being put out in this fight. And that's kind of where I get a little conflicted. And I think if Rob Font can just go out there and just not get hit as much and have a little bit better defense, be a little bit more smart, have a better fight IQ going into this, I think that we could see him finding a lot of success. And same thing with Song Yadong. Yeah, he had that really bad doctor stoppage before. And we've seen guys who've been cut like that. They have a penchant of getting cut afterwards, because scar tissue and so forth. So, I mean, if we see him getting cut up again, that could be a continued story with his career. But he's dangerous, man. He's super dangerous. He showed that against Ricky Simone. But Ricky Simone, If he can't really find the takedown, he's going to struggle. So with Song fighting a guy who's kind of equal as to where he's at right now in his career as well, it's going to be very interesting in how this all plays out. I fucking love MMA. But as if I was a betting man, I think I'm gonna go with Rob Font. I just think that he's out there, and I think that he's just got a bigger why. I think that he wants to prove a point that he's still there to stay. He's on a last run, and I think that last fight really woke me up to show that Rob Font's still here, and he's gonna show these youngins how it's made. And also, you know what? As I've been watching The Ultimate Fighter, the veterans are 4-0. These prospects, it just shows, I think the experience, I think these guys are going out there and the more years of learning, the maturity. I think Font's fight IQ is going to be the factor in this matchup, as I said, to think about it. Guys, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section. Do you guys think Song Yadong, do you think that he's going to continue his rise as the super prospect in the bantamweight division? Or is Rob Font going to show why he's still here in the ranked part of the bantamweight division? And will his rise and his comeback continue? Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. That's going to do it for today. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.